All right, guys, welcome to JB on the mic. It's our first episode, and today I've got a special guest for you guys. It's none other than my man, my guy, Mokhtar, entrepreneur, fitness guru, and trust me, this guy has got some stories for you guys. Today we're gonna talk about fitness, how he got into the industry, and what he's doing, the moves that he's making in Dublin. If you're from Dublin, you're into fitness, you already know Mokhtar, you already know what he's about. But if you're not from there, if you're not about in the fitness industry, make sure you watch this segment because yeah, this guy is lit. So how are you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just
Oh,
want to say before we go any further, a big congratulations on your newborn, man. I know like
thank you, man. Thank you.
that's
Thank
a
you.
big thing, man. Like 100%.
Love, man. Love,
Yeah,
love, love, love.
yeah. Now,
You
for a
know?
lot of people that don't know Mokhtar, like obviously a lot of people that don't know you, like what is Mokhtar Fitness? Who is Mokhtar? And like how did you get in? Like, are you originally from Dublin or what's the story there? Just like take us back and just talk us through how you sort of got to Dublin
Yeah,
or anything like that.
yeah. As a kid, I was actually born in Togo,
Okay.
Africa. So my background is French. My dad's side is French and my ma's side is Nigerian, Yoruba.
Wow.
So I'm fluent both languages, by the way. But
Yes.
before anyone asks, yeah, I can speak Yoruba and yeah, I can speak French too. But
Wow.
yeah, no, we moved here. We moved here when I was 2 years of age, man. We moved straight to Dublin when I was 2 years of age, and I can remember when we moved over. We moved into town at the back of the stadium. And we were there for about 2, 3 years, and boom, straight to Clondalkin, and then the rest of my life in Clondalkin, you know. But
Yeah.
I was an only child. I was an only child, you know what I mean? So my mom always tried to put me into every sport. I've done every sport known to man. I played tennis at one stage, you know. That's how, yeah. I
Yeah.
played tennis. I was a captain of a holy team, you know,
No
Gaelic
way.
team. Yeah. So growing up was a little bit different. It was at the time that where back in Clondalkin back then, there wasn't many black. I was like one of the first black young fella that was hanging out with like gang of whites. So
Mm.
it was different, you know. It was different to what we're seeing now. So yeah, no, that was me upbringing, and yeah. So we've been in Clondalkin since then, man. I've been in Dublin
Wow.
since
So
then.
your
Yeah,
family and
yeah,
parents are still there in the area.
yeah. So, but what I did is I was raised by a mother. I was raised by just my ma.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
my dad. Yeah, my dad's still in Togo.
Oh, okay.
But I was raised by my ma. So my ma, yeah, my family home is still the same home that we moved in since 20 something years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still in the same home. I just have my own home now with my own family, but my
Yeah.
family home is still the same thing. Yeah, my mom's
Wow.
still there.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Because I could hear with the
Mm.
accent. I was wondering. I was like, because I seen at one point you had the Togo thing, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's from Togo. So I was just trying to like get the two together.
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear the story, man. And how did you find it back then? Like, obviously the transition from like Togo coming up here and the upbringing, and I obviously at two you were very very young, so you kind of probably
Yeah.
just like grow into the
Like I, I remember when we first moved into Dublin. I could actually remember every fucking step. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. You know,
yeah.
like yeah. I remember the English barrier was so hard for me. It was so hard for me because I had French and I had Yoruba. So
Yes.
when you're coming from like Togo, you know how to write in French. Yeah. So when you're coming into Togo, French, Yoruba, blah blah blah, when you come here then you have to change the English. And then, so it took me time to be able to pick it up and mix everything around. I was speaking French and mixing English into it, and I was speaking English, mixing Yoruba into it. So, you know, because I had so many other languages in my ear, you know, every time I spoke to my mom, to this day, my mom doesn't speak to me in any other language than Yoruba.
yeah.
That's it. You know, when I go
Definitely.
home, she will never speak English to me. She will never speak French to me. And my mother has 9 languages, you know.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I swear to God, to this day, she only speaks to me in Yoruba because she doesn't want me to forget, you know.
100%.
But yeah, it was a different time to what it is now.
Yeah.
It was, yes, 100%. It was different time to what it is now. It was different, man. Like we like the things that I got up to as a kid, um, you won't get away with it now. Put it that way, because back then there was
Yeah.
no cameras. There was no cameras. There was no like we had a childhood. Now you don't
Yeah.
have childhood. You know,
Yeah.
I was to get me. I was like when I was growing up. Like I said, my whole gang is white, so I was into horses. You know, I had loads of horses. I had loads of bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up Irish. I didn't grow up
Wow.
anywhere like any other way that the way I'm seeing all the young lad now doing music, doing everything. I didn't have that genre. We
Mm,
had a different genre. So I had that awkward teenage moment, you know,
mm,
where you go out to a wall to meet a girl and the girl is wearing the same tracksuit as you and it's
yeah.
okay. You know, that was the era. Yeah. That was the era I grew up in, you know. So yeah, no, I'm very, very proud of where I come from, Clondalkin. Um at a young age, I fell into boxing.
Hmm.
Um, I boxed for Ireland for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I boxed in the senior team for like years. Yeah.
No way.
Um, yes, bro. Yes, yes, man.
That's
But
like, so I'm guessing that's probably would have been the transition, like from the boxing got you kind of into the fitness like industry. That's when you started getting into serious with your
it's
fitness.
crazy. Do you know what? It's crazy because I've been always like as a kid, my mother, because the area that we were from, my mother never wanted me to be just on the road playing because she knew it was a bad area.
Yeah.
The area born Oakland Dock, and I'm pretty sure you heard, but like it's different. We're different breeds over here, you know. So my mom always wanted me in sport, in any type of sport at all. And what happened was when I finished primary school and I went to secondary school,
Yeah.
I got I got into so many fights, you know, because me
Mm.
color and like it was just different. I was like, and one thing about me is I remember the first fight that I was in, and actually I bet the chap, yeah, I won it, and then I was walking home from school, and the chap came around the corner with his uncles and his brothers now, and
Ah,
I remember I strapped the bag up and I was like, I'm about to take off to run, and I
yeah.
just said something just clicked in my head. You're running for the rest of your life, you know, and
Yeah.
I just stepped back, took the baiting, and then 2 hours later I walked past him. Happy days, you know.
See,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
was the
thing about it. See, I had the same similar like when I moved, because I moved from Africa as well. We moved to
yeah.
London when I was really, really young. And it was the same thing. I found like kids out here, like they don't fight one on one. Like they fight,
Mm-mm.
like you fight them, you win the fight. But then
Yeah,
they'll catch you with the cousins, the uncles, and like it's everybody involved. And like back in Africa, it's not
yeah.
like that. Like when you're fighting someone in Africa, it's just you and the
A
other guy.
fight. It's just a
Just a
normal
fight.
fight, you know. So that to me was a taboo. So what I learned from that was um to stand my ground at a young
Yeah.
age. So I learned how to stand my ground at a young age, and just became one of the boys. You know, just became this person that just didn't take shit. You know, because back then the racism was it was okay to be racism because
Mm,
nobody like now the way I see it is right. When I was growing up and I was in a gang, like the whole Clondalkin I grew up with, you know. But we go to a party, I'll be the only black fella there. We go anywhere, I'll be the only black fella there. I never seen a black girl in the party. I never seen a black lad in the party. I was the only one, you
mm.
know. So it was a different time for me. So when I was going to parties, people were getting intimidated, you know, like young players were getting intimidated because their sister or something or someone there that's interested in you, and then they start throwing the little, how can I say it? I always put these type of quotes up on my yoke. Be careful of who you're surrounding.
Mm.
Because they might throw a few little sly racist digs at you, but cover it up with a smile, you
With a
know?
smile and say that with your friends,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
think they
yeah.
can get away with it.
Exactly. But when you're that young, you didn't pick these things up, you
Yeah,
know, and you'll be still in the same circle and you don't see the danger where you are or what's around you. Because you're so young, you're just having party, you're just enjoying yourself like you're human. You didn't see color. As a
no,
black person, I didn't see color, you know what I mean? I just seen friends.
exactly.
So there was a lot of places I went to that a lot of people didn't like me being there, but I was lucky enough to grow up with solid foundation boys. That's to this day are still my boys, you know, that just there beside me.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, I always had my own crew with me. And I'm very, very lucky to this day that I'm still with the same fucking crew, you
So
know?
how is that? How with the boxing? Obviously, you said like you fought for for Ireland for
Yeah.
8 years. Like how like did
Mm.
you was that amateur or did you go pro? Like how was that?
Oh, the story behind this is crazy. What year was I was in third year, and
Yeah.
I was The travelers jumped me in the school, right? So I asked the traveler for a fair fight. I goes, let me outside and fight. But the word got around the school so quick that when we got outside to fight, as I started fighting, as I got on top of him, as I was laying it into him, my maths teacher pulled me off him and walked me right up to my man's door. Boom. And what happened was the maths teacher was my boxing coach. He was the one that actually told the man, make sure he goes to boxing, make sure he's there, make sure that. And to this day, that maths teacher became a father figure to me for everything I do. He looked after, yeah, it's crazy. But what happened was I fought for the school boxing club. Yeah. And I got so good with the boxing club that I was doing so well that then I got scouted for Saviours in town there, probably one of the best in Dublin.
Yeah.
And then from Saviours, I was intermediate in Saviours. And then I won the All Ireland. I won the All Ireland twice. I won the cadets once, and then I got scouted to go to Ireland versus England. I got a bronze in that, and then we done Dublin versus Liverpool. I won that, and then that made me qualified for the Europeans. And then I got a bronze for the senior team, and then I got bronze for the Europeans for the senior team. And that was the last fight. It was the second last fight I had in the boxing career when I was senior. Yeah.
Wow. Did you not want to pursue that area? Like, what made you just kind of like come
There's another long story. There's another long story to that, brother.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm mad into horses and bikes and all, scramblers, everything. So I remember coming back from the Europeans and we were doing good with the career. All I knew was boxing. Everyone around the area, everyone that knows me will tell you that I was supposed to be a pro boxer. And what happened was I was on the bike and I was in the back field on the back wheel. And I fell off it. And you ever see when you fall off a scrambler?
Yeah.
If you keep your hand on the throttle, it'll rip you out of place.
It's gonna
But as it went off, I whipped my shoulder out of place. It whipped me right up from the shoulders out, and they gave me 8 months off high performing, 8 months off training, 8 months off high performing, 8 months off everything. After 2 months, I started getting depressed. The mental health started kicking in because all I knew was back then was I didn't even drink. I didn't drink till I was 23.
Wow.
Because all I done was boxing. So 7 o'clock in the morning, I jog for an hour, come back home, shower, go train on high performing, come home, eat, relax, back out jogging that night, and then hit the high performance strength and conditioning at night. That was me every day. So now they took that all away from me and gave me 8 months off nothing. So I was sitting in the house and I was just bored. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I remember ringing the coach up and saying, look, I'm about to lose it,
How old were you at that age?
At that age, I was 17, 18. Yeah. And no, actually, sorry, I would have been about 21. Yeah. And think about it, right? And the thing about boxing is, right, guys, when you're good at boxing and you can get somewhere in boxing and the people believe you, you have no time to work. You have no time to get any other, your education is like primary, secondary, and after that, it's boxing, Yeah. So from that age all the way up now, all my friends were already doing apprentice works, already been, and then all of a sudden my career, I didn't know where to go from there, that type of way. I was hitting a wall. I didn't know what to do. And then they put me in for strength and conditioning in the gym. Went in, started doing all strength and conditioning, all blah, blah, blah. And I remember the boys asked me on the night out there, I don't know if you ever hear of Diva. It's called Hush now, at the Red Cow. Yeah, the boys asked me to go out. And at the time, that was the main nightclub for all of us, And so I had a t-shirt on, and the attention I was getting from girls was disgusting. And I was like, yo, I'm not going back to boxing, man. This I'm going bodybuilding,
Yeah. So is that how the transition happened? So that's how you sort of left boxing?
Yeah, that's how I went straight in. Exactly. I got me strength and conditioning. As I was getting the strength and conditioning done, I was getting in shape because I was always disciplined with my diet. I was always know how to make weight. I was always, boxing gave me discipline to be able to go into bodybuilding.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, obviously I've been following your journey for quite some time, and I've been seeing your photos on Instagram. Man, your body is insane.
Thank you, brother, man. Thank you.
You're shredded, and your physique is crazy, man. Like,
Thank you, brother, man.
and
Thank you.
like for everybody listening to this, like they need to definitely go check Mokhtar Fitness out on Instagram and all platforms. Like this guy is in different shape, man. Like 100%. You're putting
Appreciate
Dublin,
that, man. Appreciate that,
you're
man.
putting Dublin on the map, man, for sure.
We're
So
trying,
yeah,
man. We're trying.
yeah. So obviously, then the transition, like you were saying, you started focusing on bodybuilding. So you just from then onwards, you just what were you doing? Just weights, or how did you?
To be honest with you, when I started going into the gym, when I was working strength and condition, when I wasn't working with strength and condition, I was just going in and I was training everything. in one training session, I'll be lifting arms, I'll be doing shoulders, I'll be doing legs. But the good thing about that was black genetics was like crazy. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So my upper body was like just all like that, man, from just pure dedication of just keep going. And one day, Mr. Oiland actually is one of my best mates now, actually, Brian Hickey, and he turns around to me and goes, you should compete. I was like, nah, I don't want to get too big. The way all of us black people, no, we don't want to get too big.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the time, I wasn't even taking protein. I was like, no, my man doesn't want me to have that in the house,
Yeah, exactly. Why is it black mothers on protein, man? They think you're taking styrofoam and they see the protein powder come out. Like my mom was the same. She's like, oh, don't be drinking that stuff. It's not good for you. And,
I swear. So what happened was, I was look, fuck it, I'll try it out, I went to my first show. On my first show, I had a coach, and the coach only literally helped me for like a week. So for the rest of the prep, I was like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah.
And what happened? I didn't know what to do. It was bodybuilding. I don't know how to do bodybuilding. I don't know what food to be eating. I was new to this shit, man. So what I did is I YouTubed it and just started studying myself. And just started doing things and studying it.
And who would you say, like, was when you YouTubed it, who was your motivation? Like, whose videos were you watching?
Me, I was pure old school, man. I was pure old school bodybuilder. I was watching the likes of Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lawrence, Ronnie Coleman, who else? Dexter. I was watching just all the top old school shit, man.
And the boys.
Jay Cutler, yeah, all the top boys. And I was getting ideas how to train. So what I was doing is I was looking at, if you look at my YouTube video back in the days that I used to do, I used to take, say for example, I go, okay, we're doing shoulder workout today. I'll watch a shoulder workout from about 10 different people, and I'll take one thing from each one.
Yeah.
And make it my own workout, And that's how it started. And I started building good quality muscle. The knowledge, start understanding what's going on, that if I add this, I'll be looking like this. I remember my first show, I walked on stage and I didn't know how to pose. I didn't know how to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I forgot that when you pose and you when you hit there, you're supposed to breathe.
Because otherwise it crumps, because you crump up as well, don't you?
Bro, you can faint.
Wow.
So I remember being on stage, my missus was there and she was like, yo, breathe. And I was like, yeah, squeeze. And again, bro, next of all, it was just like, blow. I couldn't see anything, right? Standing on stage, I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. So I walked off the side of it and just clapped, right? Clapped, fainted, gone. At the side of the stage. Yeah. So the owner of the promoter comes over and puts salt in my mouth and got me back to normal, So I got back on stage and then they were calling the winners out. They always call it from the 6th down to the number 1, They called the 6th, they called everything, boom, boom, boom. Came up to the last 2. I was like, I fainted. I'm not getting fucking called. That's why they called my name for 2nd place in my first ever show. That I didn't even know how to pose. I didn't even know what I was eating. I just took a chance, man.
And you come second.
I came second in my first ever show. So what happened with me was, as a competitor, 2nd place is not good enough for me, man. So I just like, okay, I can do this now, And then from there on, I've never lost a show. So I'm in bodybuilding now, 9 years? And from the first show that I've came second in till last year was the first time that I actually came second again. Wow. I made sure that every time I go on stage, I bring the best of the best. When I was competing amateur, I used to make sure that I bring pro condition to the show. So there's no catch up. There's no catch up at all. You know, I'll go through that darkness, that diet, that dark place, man, where I cut all fucking friends out. Like when I'm on prep, like for 8 years, 9 years straight, I never celebrated Paddy's Day. I never celebrated Valentine's Day. We never celebrated there's a lot of things that you miss when you're on prep, bro, that you can't put yourself in that position because it's temptation that you don't need. So all that shit, my family knows, boom, they just cut it from me. So I just focus and just go into this zone. It's fucked up, I know,
It's
but
like your mindset,
it wins, you know?
Can you explain that, like your mindset, how like if you're training, like for instance, like when you're prepping, like how is your mindset? Like what are you doing? Like what is your day to day? Like how are you, like you're saying, for example, like you have to make sure like you're not being distracted. Like obviously being young back in then, your phone must be blowing up, your boys calling you, yo, there's a party happening, let's go for a few drinks, and like how do you deal with all that? Like
well, like I'll tell you one thing. The full show, I had my boys there because I didn't understand it. I was dieting, but I wasn't the best at dieting because I didn't know what I was doing. When I came second and it hurt to come second, for me it did. You know, even like for everyone that does their full show, second is a big,
I know.
fucking
Like,
move. Second. You know, for me back then, being a boxer, second is lose. You lost. Do you get me? So I got this. I just got this thing in straight away from that okay, never again. You know, if you're gonna do it, fucking do it, right? Like, you know. And I just got into this headspace that, like, when I'll be training, and as soon as I finish training and eat, I'm already thinking of what type of training I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I'm already Googling and making sure that I have a certain angle to hit a certain fucking body part before I get into that gym tomorrow. And that's the way it was. I was so passionate and so hungry for that first place that I lost the touch with everything else because I wanted this first place so bad. And that first place was a handshake and a plastic trophy. You get me? But that's how obsessed I was to get that plastic trophy and get that title. You know, and then once I got that, it just became a habit. It just became like, okay, when you're competing now, you have that first place. Never let them take that first place off you. You know, because that's your category now. Keep that. So for 3-4 years that I competed in this country, I've won every show back to back. So it was time for us to go international. So when I went to international, I remember my first international I went to, man. They told me I was 1 inch too high, too small for my category. So they were trying to do me dirty, you know what I mean? And they did get away with it. So I went back the year after to the same show and took that overall. It is over there. You know what I mean? I took that overall. I was like, nah, that's my fucking trophy, man. But that's how obsessive, regardless of what you want to do in life, man, that's where you need to be with it. You know, you need to be really, really, if something, the way I was looking at it is, right, before I became professional bodybuilder, before I got the title professional bodybuilder or sponsored athlete or being paid for what I do, I used to call myself pro. So when I was in the room and people asked me, what you do? I'm a pro bodybuilder. And I was nowhere near it. I just believed it. Do you know what I mean?
100%,
believing it, I believed it. And the day that me and my missus flew to Holland, I was actually competing in an international show, World Championship in Holland. And I remember going there and like before them that talking to the lads, I'm pro, man. Don't be worrying about that. And my name, I was that, like, I called myself pro that much that I believed it, that when they called my name out for the pro card, I didn't hear them. I was standing there for, like, they called my name out about 3-4 times. And because I was so much in my head gone. I didn't even know I won it. I was just standing there, like, and everybody's like, Mokhtar. And I was just so zoned out, thinking, I already have this, and overthinking this, like, you know, thinking, that's not, that my name was called out, that I didn't even hear them, man. It was Mokhtar, come up to the show. Come on, you win it. I was like, whoa, when I heard about that was the most emotional time for me. But from there on, we went and done great things, man. We went and done great things.
So you got your pro card.
Bodybuilding changed my life in a way, man.
Yeah. So you got your pro card, and then after that, like you started like, I'm sure a lot of people started coming to you for help and asking you to train them? Like, how was that? How was that?
So what happened is I won my pro cards. So when I won my pro card, I wanted to test myself again. So there was a pro show on the week after in UK at Body Power. Did you ever hear of Body Power? Yeah, the expo. That's it's like the expo. Yeah. It's like one of the biggest stages you can ever compete on. Over
I
25
know,
to
but in
35,000
Birmingham,
people, you
that's
know.
always big.
And yeah. So I said I'll test myself against these big boys, you know, like not Ronnie Coleman, Tom Coleman. You know, Tom Coleman is like 2 million followers on Instagram. Neil Hart, all these top UK boys that every one of us followed at the time. I was like, fuck, I'll just go in and test them. I already have my pro card. Let's go into the pro show. We went into it, man, and smashed the first pro show ever. That was like taboo. So I made the papers for that. And once I made the paper for that, I got sponsored straight away.
Wow.
Yeah. So what happened was when I came home, then I decided, look, I'll follow this a little bit deeper. And then I start taking clients on and I start helping people competing and doing diets and doing everything. And now, even now, I'm getting ready now. I was supposed to get ready this week for competition, 15 weeks prep. But I start my prep now on Monday. And from there on, it's another tunnel vision all the way out, you know. Wow. But it's very passionate. It's not something that a lot of people want to do bodybuilding, but a lot of people don't want to suffer. A lot of people don't want to go to this extent with it.
Yeah.
But they all want to be known on Instagram that they're bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And they're the people that like till they actually pick up a diet and go through this time of roughness, they will never understand what bodybuilding is, you know. Like the bodybuilding is about, it's not about, like I see people going to the gym, yeah, and they're lifting serious weights, man. But the form is all over the place. They're lifting big weights and then the men physique. I'm like, you're men physique, man. Why would you be doing that to yourself? Like, bodybuilding is not about how much weight you can lift. Bodybuilding is about chipping away at certain areas to make your body proportion and proportion. It's all about the fine details. It's not like, oh, I can lift 20 fucking blah, blah, blah. That's like, if you can lift that, go to powerlifting. That's what powerlifting is for, you know? So bodybuilding is for chiseling away at your body, getting that muscle belly, you know, getting the fine doing, and the condition is clips, abs are solid. And once you have that, man, and you have that type of mind frame, like there's no one stopping you, like not in this game, you know? Yeah, and that's why a lot of black lads are doing very, very fucking good in it, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Why is that? So why do you reckon a lot of, obviously, like black people do well in that? Do you reckon it's genetics or is it just mindset?
It's the first thing people say, genetics, yeah. But not every fucking black lads have genetics, man, you know? And the way I see it is hard work beats genetics. Yeah? Hard work beats genetics, but genetics and hard work mixed together is game over. Do you get me? But there's a lot of young fellas out there that there is a lot of black young fellas doing well. The reason why is our muscle bellies. We have ridiculous muscle belly. The way it looks on us, the way it's round, we have shorter bone frames. So it creates a better muscle belly on us, and it creates a 3D look effect. So for example, you could be, let's say, 80 kg, yeah, shredded. And we can put somebody beside you that's 80 kg or 100 kg shredded, and you will look twice as bigger. Because what it is your muscle bellies are just more rounder. It's just nicer to look at, you know. Wow. Yeah,
it's so that's the difference. Like to hear somebody who knows these things like explain it.
Yeah.
Because like I have been like in and out of the gym, but I just go to the gym just for myself, like just look.
Yeah.
I've never competed. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, you should compete," but I've just never, like you say, it's a different kind of hard work.
It's a full-time job, man. It's a full-time job. When you're competing, when you're getting ready for shows, it's a very selfish game, bro. Very selfish. Like I have kids, bro. You know, I have a full family, and everything. When I'm competing, everything is that. Everything is daddy. Everything is evolves around me because I'm the one on the show. Like when I'm on prep, there's no sweets in this house, bro. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Everybody's on a diet.
Everybody's on a diet. I'm gonna have to suffer. We all have to suffer, you know. But you know what? That's the best thing about that. That's why I count myself lucky. I have such a brilliant connection with my family and my wife, my fiance, that it's easier. It's easier for me, you know, because she's been there since day one, so she understands what the game is. She sees the contracts, she sees everything. So even the help, like, you know, to help you out with the diet. Because bodybuilding, like when you're doing bodybuilding and you're going, say, for example, 2-3 weeks without cheat meal, you're lacking in so much other thing that makes you function, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then once you start lacking, for example, when you start withdrawing of sugar, because you have to remember, right? Salt, sugar is something that we have in our blood since we're born. You need salt to keep things in date. You need sugar to keep a lot of shit in date as well. But sugar is something that we always had since a kid. And salt is something that's always been in your meal since a kid. So now when you go without that, you know what it's like? It's like going detox off the heroin or because it targets the exact same addiction system.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you get people getting depressed. You get people getting like mentally fucked. You get people lashing out. You know, they don't have the patience to be able to take the negativity shit, so they lash out. You know, you get people going into your gym. I'm pretty sure you've seen this with that hood up. Don't fucking talk to me. I'm on low carbs. You know, that's the effect of bodybuilding.
So how do you deal with that? How have you found like a way of for yourself? How have you dealt with that? Obviously with your family, like
Yeah.
how did you navigate that? And if there's somebody out there who's watching this, is trying to get into bodybuilding and is going through the same, like what would you advise them how to deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Like what I'm about to say here, it wasn't always like that for me. You know, at the start I was very depressed when I'm on a diet. I was very quiet. I didn't want to speak to anybody. But what happened with me was I would never disrespect anyone outside my doors, regardless if I'm on a diet or not. If somebody comes up to me to say hello, I will never say fuck off. I don't have time. I don't have the no. I put myself out there to be judged. I put myself out there to be criticized. The way I see it is if you're an Instagram person and you're putting yourself out there to be liked, or you're doing something on social media that you're getting loads of likes for, you have no right to ever criticize or tell somebody that, oh, no, leave me alone, because you put yourself out there for that. So what it is about bodybuilding for me is what I start understanding in the last few years was I choose to do this. Just because I'm on a diet or just because I'm competing doesn't mean the whole world has to stop. Everything still goes on normal. People are still going to wake up for work. The queue at McDonald's is still going to be a pain in the ass. Like, so once you understand that and take that on board, it's easy roll from that. Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people think, oh, because I'm on a diet, I'm picking my mate up. Oh yeah, he shouldn't be eating a pack of crisps in the car. No, you choose to do that. He didn't fucking decide to do it for you. He didn't tell you to go do competition.
Yeah.
You get me? So you need to understand that. Like, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean that Anto's on a diet or Benji's on a diet. You know, you need to understand. Once you understand that, then you're fully focused on what you want to do. You know, that's the best advice I can give anyone that's going into this diet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just a quick one, bro. Like, how have you found, obviously, lockdown and everything that's going on, like, basically the whole of last year? Like, how has it been for you and basically Ireland and everything happening that side? Like, how has it been?
Oh man, do you know what? Like, as a sponsor athlete, I travel a lot. You know what I mean? I travel a lot with my sponsors. We do China 3 times a year. This last year was the first year that I was supposed to do Mumbai, India. I was supposed to go to India. I was going to do 11 to 15 countries last year.
Wow.
Everything canceled. It was the first year. It was the first year in 6 years that I actually never flew. I didn't fly out of the country. I was just all at home. So yeah, that's a bit annoying because as a bodybuilder, we thrive and motivate through expos, through meeting people and through greeting meets and Q&As, and you know, that's like, what's a bodybuilder without the crowd?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where your ego comes from. You know, that's where it's at. That's where everything is. So yeah, it was at the start. It was a pain. It was a pain. Knowing that you couldn't go to the gym, it was shit. It was shit. I'm not gonna lie. For me, what I was doing is I was making sure that I was getting out of the house, going for the walk on my own, going for a walk, going for the jog, playing with my kids, making sure that I was doing a lot of time, just moving, not just sitting on my ass all the time. Because when I sit on my ass for too long, and you're or for example, you're in bed. You ever see days that you don't want to get up out of bed, but you're in bed till about, say, 2, 3, and you feel like shit. You feel depressed because like, you don't want to do anything then because you fucked up your whole day just lying there. So what happened with me is I started getting into that headspace, you know, not want to do anything, eating shit, knowing that I don't have anything to do. I don't have to travel. I don't have to be ready for anything. So what the fuck is it for me now to do, you know? So I was lucky enough that my missus was there to help me out and blah, blah, blah. And the first lockdown went. Once the first lockdown went, I bounced back into the gym. Boom, got that back, got that drive back, you know. And then now with the lockdown gone, as a professional athlete, we're allowed to train. I'm allowed to train as a professional athlete. So I still have a key to the gym and all. So I still do my own thing, you know what I mean? Because I'm allowed to train 3 hours a day or something like that as a professional athlete, you know. So good, I'm blessed. I'm blessed in that way, bro. Yeah. I'm blessed in that way.
What could you say with everybody obviously that's going through lockdown and that's struggling, and obviously mental health at the minute is a big thing going around. Like what are you saying? Obviously, I'm sure you've got clients. Like, how are you helping them and through these tough times, man?
The best thing I can say is, like, the best thing for anyone that's literally suffering with a bit of mental health because they're in the house or stuck in the house, just be active. You don't have to go out with friends. You don't have to go out in a gang. You can go out and do a run. You know, there's loads of running clubs now. You can go out, go to the mountains, go for a walk on your own, cycling, anything to do that gets your blood moving through your body will help the mental health. Just like anything to do with the gym. See, the gym, for example, is a big help of mental health. A lot of people don't know what it does is it releases endorphins. You know, when you go to the gym, it's an ego thing. So when you're training and you're lifting weights, it releases endorphins and it helps you overcome. And when you start to appear to yourself and you're liking what you see, the pump, that's where your endorphins comes and you're happy and you know. So the best thing I can say to anybody is just keep moving, stay active. Home workouts. There's so many workouts on YouTube that you can actually do at home that you don't need to even go outside the door. If you have your dog, go for a walk. Make it a little routine thing. So, for example, you wake up in the morning, get your cardio done, or get a home workout done, get your meals in, you know, stay at home, chill for the day, then bring the dog on a walk, come back, chill, have a shower, and then before bed, do something else. It's about keep moving. It's about just don't sit on your ass all day eating fucking Ben and Jerry's. That shit is gonna catch up on you. Simple as, you know.
Yeah. Nah, definitely,
you know?
definitely, man. Mate, this is amazing talking to you, bro. It's definitely amazing. And I know, obviously, like a man of yourself, like you're an entrepreneur, you're doing different things. Like I seen you was out the other day, you're shooting your music videos with a couple of guys that you're representing. Like you're just like what other businesses are you like venturing out? I know you're a guy.
Bro, I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best, man. Right now, I'm actually in the middle of opening my own gym at the moment up in we're opening our own gym up in Cherry Orchard, just in Clondalkin. Up in Clondalkin, yeah. But it's gonna be a 5,000 square feet gym, a full state-of-the-art gym. We're in the middle of working at that at the moment. That's one of the things that I always wanted to own is my own premises. So I had to be in the position to be able to do that now. I'm very grateful. And then what else do I have there? I'm in the middle of opening a cafe. We're gonna be opening a cafe. Do you ever hear bubble tea?
Yeah.
No, they're trying. Yeah. I want to bring a franchise of that to Clondalkin, bro. I want to bring a franchise to Clondalkin Village. And then I'm at to sign an artist. I signed Cello. Cello from Clondalkin as well. He's, oh man, to be honest with you, I believe in him that much that I see him blowing up very shortly, man. And it's nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with whatever. It's about helping the community because he's younger than me, and if it helps him put his music out there to found him and help him, it is what it is. And because I believe him, because ages ago, what happened with this music? I want to tell you about the music industry. Right? What happened with the music was, right? I was opening designer cut barbers, right? Me and Afro were opening designer cut barbers in Clondalkin Village, right? And as I was opening the Clondalkin, designer on the open day of that shop being opening, the cello, the young fella, that was a year ago, comes into the shop and he was freestyling. And I was like, wow. I think I had him on my story. I was like, wow, this fella's amazing, man. And I was like, Jeff, what are you signing on? He was like, nah, don't do it like that. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, that's crazy what you can do. Freestyling. So I said it to me missus, and she was like, no, you don't even think about it because you have so much going on. Just concentrate on what you have now, you know? So I left that behind. And anyway, I left that behind. And then 3 months ago, I got a phone call. oh, Salah's bleeding, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, let's sign him. It is what it is. Let's just sign him, you know. And that was the first, what you see in the weekend there is the first track that I'm going to be dropping me as a manager from him, you know. So yeah, I'm very proud of him. He's very good. He's a good thing about him is he come from a good home. He works his job. Like, he's very passionate about his job, and I love that about him. He's a 20-year-old that works with disabilities. It's crazy, and he's in the music industry. You don't get that. You just don't get that, you know. Yeah. Very, very, very solid foundation, good home, well spoken, very, very respected. I don't know if you can see me, can you? Yeah, very, very respected. Yeah, very, very respected. And I just thought it was just time for him to shine. It was just time for him to shine. So I turned around and said, it's time for me to help you, you know?
Absolutely. How can people follow this guy, like, on social media? What's his tag?
He's on Instagram. He's Cello. So it's Sello. Cello. Same on YouTube. Same on TikTok. Same on Snapchat, and same on Facebook. Cello. You know, his music is sick, and we will be dropping at the end of this month. We will be dropping the DNA track. It's called D22. Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss this, man. He is it. He is the Stormzy of Ireland.
Wow.
Simple as, you know.
Amazing.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Amazing. Just to finish off, bro, like, obviously last year, you know yourself, you know, what went through with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that happened there. Like, I would have to finish this video talking about that, because that was such a big thing that happened last year. You obviously
100%.
guy yourself. What would you say about what's happening and you know, the Black Lives Matter? Like, how was that in Ireland?
For me myself, like, in Ireland, I think it was great that we actually took part, because the whole world took part for the Black Lives Matter. For me, I thought it was amazing. It was amazing. The people that was truly out there to support the Black lives and to support the movement, because we all know Black Lives Matter is a peaceful protest, bro. It's not a violence protest. It's supposed to be a peaceful protest. So the people that went out there and done the peaceful protest and got the message across in a right way, I respect that. I respect it to the fullest. But what we're getting is like, there's a lot of young fellas around the area, and even me personally, bro, I speak up every time. Like, the last since the Black Lives Matter till now, every time something happens on social media and involves Black young fellas, the way the crowd dresses it, the way social media has jumped the bandwagon hurts me. It always did. It hurt me. Send them home. They shouldn't be here. They should be in their jungle. Bunch of monkeys. Bunch of this. That's the way I look at it is, bro. Yeah, these boys that you're saying send home probably got delivered in the same hospital as you that you're going and send them home. Probably the same nurse that brought them into life, that brought you into life. So where is home?
Yeah.
Get on come from. Yeah. So, like, for me, it's a shame on a lot of people posting shit like that. And then another thing about it is, sometimes in a certain areas, I understand the frustration, because the way a lot of us are acting, the way the Black young fellas are acting in a certain areas is disgusting. Look, I'm gonna make it really, really short, right? When we were brought up here as kids, right? When we were brought up here as kids, our mothers and fathers didn't have the education to be able to do what we do now, to be able to have the best of cars, to be able to have the best education, the best of jobs, yeah? So, for example, let me put it in this way for you. Back in 2000 or whatever, when you seen a shitty car, what was it? A nigger car. You know what I'm saying? Because what it was is, because our fathers, our mothers didn't have that education to be able to go on and do better things and bigger things. So the education and the promises they made to themselves is, the kids of today, we were their foundation. You get me? They took us out and gave us an opportunity to do better, to create things. Now, look at us. Now, the most of the best workers, most of the biggest name in Facebook is Black. Most of the biggest name. I remember being in hospital and I never seen a Black doctor, a Black nurse. Do you know what I mean? Now it's all Black nurse, Indian, you know, like, so what I'm saying is, the new generation after us became this fighting for postcode shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're fighting for a postcode. You're telling me not to come to your area because that's your postcode. But yeah, if I turn around to your gang and said, which one of your mas own their own house? Who's gonna put their hands up? If you're living in a council area, how the fuck do you own a postcode, bro?
Yeah.
Like, do you get where I'm coming from? Does that make sense to you?
It makes
like you're fighting
sense.
about postcode. Do you get me? Like, how can you fight about postcode and
you
you're in
don't
a
even own
council
a
area?
house? Yeah, and I get it.
You don't even own the house. Never
Yeah.
mind fighting for a postcode. So shit like that let us down. Like, we're not in UK, bro. This is not UK, you know. And like, I understand a lot of black young players, a lot of, like, bro, man, I'm the first person to stand up. And the minute I see, if you go onto my page now, you'll see on Facebook, you'll see nothing but me fucking fighting for racism, for freedom, for fucking, my page is full of politics because I stand up for my own. I have no fucking shame in saying that, but I know what's right and what's wrong. You know, like, if you're going around stabbing owns or taking purses off mothers and you get hit, that's not a black racist thing. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So for me, there's a lot of things that's happening that we're doing right, and there's a lot of things that we're doing wrong. But the good thing about this is, regardless if they're black or white, it shouldn't be a color thing. They're kids, just like white kids are doing the exact same stupid shit, and that's what pisses me off about social media. Like, white kids are growing up around the area, stabbing each other, blah, 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 shooting each other's houses, not even making the fucking news, not even being called a scumbag. A black kid will go and fight in a gang, and because it's in a fucking social media, oh, send these fucking monkeys home. No, that's sad. That's a sad thing, because what it is they're kids. It shouldn't be seen as like, oh, black kid or whatever. It's human. They're fucking, you shouldn't see color. They're kids that all should be treated the exact same way, white, black or not. So where is this home that you want us to send them to?
It's about.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Man. So where's this? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's kids out there that's bad. Yeah, there's black kids out there that's terrible. Just like there's white kids out there that's fucking terrible. Or Chinese, or black, or Pakis, whatever. But it shouldn't be just because a black kid done something and they got on social media, oh, fuck that, they're destroying our country. How about the fucking bleeding white kid that shot up your fucking bleeding house like 2 nights ago? What did he do? You know, like, do you know what I mean? There's no pros and cons yet. What I see is kids. Yeah. Kids acting up. Yeah. You know, there's no, like, do you get where I'm coming from? So shit like that, when I see shit like that on Facebook, like people around the area posting stupid shit, and like, do you ever see when somebody posts, like, I'm pretty sure you've been in this position, like, if somebody that you'll know posts some racist shit up, but I hang out with this fella, blah, 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 that makes it okay for me to post. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, just because you know someone who's black, so they're like, it's okay for them to say. Yeah, it's like
it doesn't. It does not. It's not. It's not exactly. It's not fucking okay. The way we see it is, like, even in my own house, yeah, my kids are half caste, bro, yeah, but we don't teach them every time they go to their nannies. Oh, where did you go today? Did you go to your black nanny, or did you go to your white nanny? No, because that's not how it should be, you know? And that's what I'm saying. And this is what I always say, and I always gonna say this. And I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree on me in this video, but I stand up for what's right. I'm a realistic person, bro. You know? And racism is not something that you're born with. That shit is taught in your house, man. That shit is taught from the people that you look up to. That shit is taught in the circle that you would be in. There's no kids in this world that was born racist. There's no. Do you know what I mean? So for the kids, for a person to knock, say for example, for you to knock at my door, yeah, and my kid opens the door and goes, Daddy, there's a black fella out there. That's shame on fucking me. That's a shame on me, because he doesn't know any better. Yeah. That's shame on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this is where a lot of people need to understand. Fucking treat your kids with more fucking education. It's the uneducated assholes that still calls niggers this, or go back home, do this. It's because you're not educated. Your mom didn't fucking have the time, or your dad didn't have the time to actually raise you and actually slap that shit out of your mouth. You know what I mean? So that racism is not something that's It's not, you're not born with racism, man. And if I'm wrong, bro, correct me, but you're not born with racism.
Nah,
It's
you're right,
taught.
man.
It's taught. You know what I mean? And I could talk about this all day because it boils me blood, man. Because
I can
at
see.
the end of the day, man, it does. It annoys me, man. It annoys me because I'm in this country 30 years, bro. 30 fucking years, man. I've seen racism, bro. I've seen proper racism. Like, I'm talking, when I say racism, man, I'm talking, I'll be going out with a girl for a few months, bro, and her family will be chasing me, bro, to kill me because they didn't want the daughter to be with a nigga. I've seen proper racism, bro. Yeah, I've seen proper racism.
Wow.
I did, you know? It's crazy. But I thought this shit was gone. I thought this shit, it's not that it was gone. I just thought it was well controlled because the way the society was growing, the way the kids were involved in, bro, you're walking down the street now and the kids are mixed. Like, it's white, black, everything, half caste, all mixed. They're all like, everyone's real together now. You know what I mean? Back then, we didn't see that when I was growing up. Look at that black fella on the horse. Haha, look, nigga on the horse. That's the shit that I grew up with. You get where I'm coming from? So when this shit all came back up, like the Black Lives Matters, and seeing how racism was awakened in the country, it hurt. It really, really hurt because the people that I broke bread with was posting stupid shit. But then I'll be like, what's that about? Oh, but Mokhtar, you know how much I love you, but you don't really love me. Like, what you mean you know how much you love me, but yeah, you're putting my culture down. How is that love? Like, you shouldn't see it. If you love me that much, so for example, right, the way I explain it is, and when I go to my friends is, oh, Mokhtar, you get so tense when you're talking about that. Yeah, because I don't call you, I don't go to my house and say, oh, there's my white friends. You don't, because I don't see color. Use are my friends. I don't say, that's my white friend there. But you see when jump is, oh, that's my black friend. That's no, no, you shouldn't see color. You shouldn't see color. That's the biggest problem we have in this country, man. You know what I mean? And when people are saying, oh, but all life matters. Yes, all life does matter. Nobody says it's not. But until black life, Indian lives, Chinese life matters, then all lives really don't matter. That's the whole point of the race, of the Black Lives Matter movement. But such a fucking uneducated arsehole. It boils me blood that you see it. Oh, they put it on all life matters. I don't know why they're saying just Black Lives Matters. All life matters. Until you're out of your privileged skin and you're in a different skin, it doesn't have to be black, Chinese, Indian, till you understand the feeling of being called a nigger or a fucking packy or this, then you really don't understand what they're trying to do with Black Lives Matter. So I don't blame a lot of people that's stuck in that position because they never felt that before. A lot of people would say, oh, I know racism. How do you know racism? How? Have you ever walked into a room, like, I explained this to my friend. We're going to end it here, bro, because I can talk about this all day, man. I'm sorry about this, bro. But I explained this to my friend, right? My friend was like, but Mokhtar, you had a good man. You know what I mean? You grew up, you stood up for yourself, you fought, you did this, blah, blah, blah. But you never had racism, really. Like, you know what I mean? I goes, what you mean I never had racism? I goes, until you're walking under my skin and actually walk. For example, we can go to a pub, bro, yeah? Like a pub, a normal pub to have a few drinks. Have you ever walked into a place where you felt like you just wasn't wanted, as in like the crowd in it? You just
The
stood
eyes are
so
just
bad. You
piercing through your soul.
You will never feel that. You will never feel that if you're under a privileged skin. You will never feel that. Do you get me? But only a person in black or different tone can feel that. Like, and this is what I was trying to say to them. Like, and they couldn't understand it. They were like, oh, goes, look, I can come to dinner in your house, right? You're not racist. And you think your ma, your dad, your sister, nobody's racist. They're all happy with you. But when I walk in, I know what type of feeling I'm getting.
Yeah.
You won't never pick it up because how can you pick it up?
Exactly.
How can you pick it up? You're not fucking black. Do you know what I mean? So that's where racism is. Racism is not just in the eye of like racism. Like sometimes racism, right? Like the devil doesn't come in a fucking bleeding, oh, look at me, I'm ugly. The devil comes beautiful, dressed up and fucking neated up. That's the same with racism, bro. It's the exact same shit, man. You don't know who's around your kids that's hating them. You don't know who's around you that hates you till it's too late. Then it's racism. Do you get where I'm coming from? So it took me years to lock that in. And once I start understanding that, I just cut head off people, bro. I separate myself away from real ones, from the bad one and kept the real ones, you know. And it's sad to say, but this shit is never gonna go. It's been there years. We just have to learn to deal with it. We just have to learn to survive and deal with it, and just knowing how to teach our kids a little bit better, not to be ignorant, to be able to respect people with this, like people from different culture with the same respect. You respect your own mother way, you know. Once we have that, once we do that to our generations and our kids that's coming up, man, racism will be dead soon, you know. And it is what it is, bro, you know. But
Yo, quick one.
right now,
Like, I was a bit alarmed with the shooting that happened with that black boy. Like, obviously, like I heard that he had
yeah,
mental problem going on, and apparently he was waving like a knife or
yeah,
something. But to me, what I was like talking to
yeah.
my missus, and I even said to my missus, I was like, why didn't they use taser guns on him, taser him to the floor or something? Why did they go straight to the gun? I don't get like that. I was lost with that. Like, do you know a little bit of what happened? Because obviously you're in Ireland, like.
Well, like, me personally, I don't know if I have the right information, but I'm gonna tell you what I know. Yeah, I don't even know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. I don't know. Me personally, when I seen that video, I was like, wow, what's after happening here? First of all, because the way I grew up, the area, I seen young fellas running at garden with knives all day, like stupid shit happening, you know. But the one thing I never seen is somebody run at a detective, an armed response unit with a knife. That's their job. They shoot to kill. That's what they do. It's an armed response unit, right? Second of all, what hurt me, bro, I cried. When I seen that video, I felt so shitty. I cried because what it is for some reason I picture me kids in that position. You know, that type of way.
Yeah.
So it hurt me. It did. It hurt me. I cried, man. I cried, and the reason why I cried was they didn't have to kill him. They could have shot the gun in the air, and everybody would have ran. They could have shot him in the legs, and he wouldn't have been able to get up. Like, you are trained to fucking shoot. Aim to a place that's wounded, not kill him. You get me? So that personally, to me, I think the guy that did wrong, he should be prosecuted for, and he should be locked up. And another thing is, if you look at it in the guy's view, that apparently the pepper sprayed him, and the adrenaline, he kept on moving. That's what I heard. And then they tased him. But when they tased him, he ran into the house, and you know, he shut the door, and the cables of the taser came off. You get me? And then he ran back out. And apparently that's when he starts swinging the knife, they shot him. But like I said, I could be wrong in this. I don't know. I didn't get a good look. I didn't get a good view. But that's what everyone's saying. But regardless of what he did, right, bro, let's just put it this way, right? Change his skin color. Change his skin color to white, yeah? And what he did to take 5 bullets into the body, how would this country be going right now? Like, even what the boys were doing, whatever, messing about, yeah, I don't agree with it. Going through the shopping center, I don't agree with it. Like, what does the shopping center have to do with where he got shot? What does the bus driver got to do with blah, blah, blah? I don't agree with it, but I feel like what they did had to be done to make noise of this can't happen again. Like, I really, really do. And like, I don't agree with it, but I felt like it had to be done. I felt like they had to do that type of shit for the government to actually see, okay, people are hurt, like, people are hurt, and people are fucking angry. Do you know what I mean? Bro, the way I looked at it, right? If you seen that when he got shot, when loads of them were outside protecting, go mad, I looked in that there wasn't even one white person in that crowd, bro. There wasn't one white person, bro. There was the reason why I was looking at it that way is like, if you're saying all life matters, why are you not standing now to know that 5 fucking bullet that went into a kid should be fucking wrong? Why are you, like, for example, if we all stood together, we could actually do something better. So why is there no person out there that's different color, or mothers, like white mothers out in the States now joining in and helping? I didn't see that. And then the next day I seen all the little white kids, you know, that were hanged out with the same crowd, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but bro, if a white kid gets shot right now, man, do you know how many mothers, grannies, granddads, like, that would stand out on that fucking road, bro? You didn't see that. I didn't see that. I really, really didn't see that. Because me, myself, if I know for the fact that one of the boys got shot here, black or white, my whole family would be in. Regardless if he's right or not. My whole family, me ma, me everyone will be out to support to make sure that this shouldn't happen again. But what happened there is I seen the family of the person, the loved one, and then all the black families were out. Where was all the white family that lived next door neighbor to him, that lived on the same road? The people that seen that, like, you know, like it hurt. It hurt to see that, okay, people didn't want to put into this.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it hurt because if that was any other way, bro, if that was any other white person that got shot, like, look, I'm not saying what he did is right. You know, I'm not saying like what the guy that did is right. I'm not saying what the person with the knife did was okay. I'm not saying anything to that. But what I'm saying is getting 5 bullets in that fucking bleeding body is wrong. Regardless if you're fucking Tarzan, it's fucking wrong. One bullet will do the job. Do you know what I mean? Or, bro, you can be in the fucking gang of a lion, bro, and you shoot a fucking gun up in the air. What does the lion do? Boom! They go. They're scared. They're fighting. And you imagine the noise of that shooting up in the air. He will drop that knife and leg it. But that's not what they did. They aimed. And like, I feel sorry. I feel so sorry that it was one of us. And it's sad. It's very sad. But now we understand. We understand where everything is and how everything's going, and knowing that we can actually get shot in this country as well, like as a black young player, or as like if you're in a gang and you're fighting with a knife in the street one day and you don't even realize because when you're fighting, your adrenaline's gone, you're fighting, blah, 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 and then next fall you get a bullet in the back because you had a knife in your hand. That shouldn't be the case over here. Guards are dealing with people with knives every day over in Dublin. Every day, guards are dealing with people with knives, and not one of them got shot down like that. But one thing I've never seen is anybody run at a guard, an armed response unit, an ERU. ERUs are there. They're there to shoot, bro. That's what they're there for. They're there to, if you like, for example, like, the way everyone was just trying to explain it to me is they called the guard. Guard couldn't do anything, so that's why the guard followed them. And then when they got to the house, they called the armed response unit because that's their job. So if you run an armed response unit with a gun, a knife, their point is to shoot you straight away. That's what they're trying to do. That's their job. Their point, because they're armed response unit, they're not guards. Guards are not allowed to have guns in this country. Our guard is done. They don't have guns. They have pepper spray and they have a ban.
Yeah.
But the armed response unit or the DS are entitled to have a gun. So if you're running at them and they feel like their life is in any danger, they're entitled to stop the target, shoot the target. But for 5 bullets, bro, I don't know. I think that was a bit, for me, it hurt me. Nobody in the world, it doesn't matter what color your skin is or what, blah, blah, blah. That guy that should be prosecuted, and he should do time. 100% should do time for that. So what's your response on that, bro? Because, you know.
Yo, bro, no, 100%. I think like you're right. Like for me, they should have obviously done like a warning shot in the air, like you said, or even like shoot him in the shoulder, one in the shoulder, one in the leg. The guy lives and he'll have some injuries. He will never do it again. But like you're saying, for you to shoot him 1 bullet and then go 5 times, boom, 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 like 5 times, you're gonna kill him. 2 shots, he's gonna be on the floor. He's not gonna move. 1 shot, probably anywhere in the, in the arm or somewhere like that, he's gonna feel it. He's not gonna come with a knife. Do you know what I mean? He was a young kid. He gets shot 1 time and that'll probably be the first time. Like he's not gonna do anything. He's gonna be on the floor and he's gonna feel it. So to be shot 5 times,
exactly,
like whoever was behind that gun knew exactly what they were doing, and they just like, they should definitely they should look into that for sure, man. It was 5
100%,
shots.
man.
I didn't even know it was 5 shots, but that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. 100%. And to be done outside his mother's house, right in front of his mom, it was sad. It was very sad. And then the even sad thing about it that I heard was it was his mom that rang the cops. You know, apparently he takes a little bit of mental breakdown every now and then, and his mom has rang the guy at plenty of time and they calmed it down. You get me? So the mother just thought, ring the guy that get him to calm him down. Yeah. So that was the even more sad story about it, you know. I'm very sorry for them. I'm very, very sorry for them. I do hope to get justice for what's up to happen. And like the justice, even the justice that they're gonna get is not gonna bring the person back. But all we can do is hope and pray that this shit never happens again, bro. You know,
100%, man.
and like, and I understand what the boys are trying to do up there, make violence, you know, fight, blah blah blah, do this. But let's be honest, like for that situation, I felt like it was deserved. It made noise, and that's why a lot of people are talking about it, because it shouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
But not every protest needs to go that way, bro. You know, not every protest needs to be in that position of, you know, because at the end of the day, right? If you look at what Trump did there the weekend,
yeah,
right, to the yoke, and not one person got shot, not one person got tear gas, not one person. All the guys were opening the door for them, bro. Yeah, and then if you look at the Black Lives Matter parade in America, niggas were getting shot left, right, and center, bro. We do not need that shit over here, man. We don't. We don't need that shit over here. And the more looting that happens, that's where it's gonna head, bro. That's where it's gonna head. You know, like, we don't need that shit over here, man. We really don't need that shit. If we're gonna protest, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Let's do it peacefully. Let's do it where it's noticed, where it's alarmed, outside the courthouse, outside the places where it's the main landing place, and do it peacefully. Our words are gonna go across. We're gonna make news. We're gonna, you know, like, we don't need to be smashing up our own local shops. it just makes no sense, because we're the one that's losing. You know, like, just because you're smashing up a shop doesn't mean that the boys at the top of the food chain are fucking losing. They're laughing at you because they're gonna buy that shop now and rebuild it, and now it's their shop, and you're finished fucking looting it. You know, local areas, support your local area, regardless where you are, your local shops, your local business. Like, for example, this hat there, that's a local for me. That's local. Anything business in Ireland is local. You know what I mean? So 100%. I support, like, even 100%, man. You have to support your own local. You have to support your own brands. You have to support your own area. You know, and that's what's gonna keep everything generating, and that's what's gonna make your area a little bit more improved. Because once they see the revenue going into that area and you're supporting it, and everyone is supporting that area, that's why they start fixing up the area. That's why they start, you know, cleaning up your street. That's why they start seeing beans at every corner. Now there's no, you know what I'm saying? So true. That's where we are now. You know what I mean? And people might call me old. Yeah, I'm fucking old, to be honest with you. But I've lived, man. I've lived mine and I've done mine, and it's time for me to teach my kids the respectful way. You know what I mean? So that's where I am with mine right now, bro.
Mate, this podcast has been amazing, man. We've been on air for like over an hour now, bro. Like, I just can't thank you enough for jumping on, man. Like, it's good to put the social media to the real man and the face and hear the story. Like, it's been amazing, and we're definitely gonna catch up, like, for sure, man. I've got you now, like, contact details. Like, we're gonna keep in touch, because yeah, man, you are an inspirational to a lot of people.
Bless, man.
Thank you so much for jumping on, man. Like, really thank you so
much for that,
man.
Bless, man. It was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure. Honestly,
family, it was. Man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Man. Like, everybody out there, guys, if people want to follow you on your platform, how can people get in touch with Mokhtar? Obviously, is it just Mokhtar Fitness on all platforms, or how can people get in touch?
Yeah. Once you know how to spell my name, Mokhtar, Moctar, all my shit will come up. Even if you write my name into the Google, say Mokhtar Bagah, Bagah. It'll bring up me Twitter, it'll bring up me YouTube, it'll bring up everything that I've done, articles, everything, magazines, everything, you know. So yeah, I'm very easy to find, man. I'm very easy to find. So yeah, on Instagram, it's just _Mokhtar or Mokhtar Fitness. Same with Snapchat. It's very easy, bro. Very easy. You know?
Thanks, man.
Same with YouTube.
Good luck with your new prep. Obviously, you're going in prep soon, so hopefully that goes well. And yeah, man, can't wait to hear the new music that you're dropping soon as well with your guy down there. So that's good, man. But yeah, man, thank you so much. And to everybody that's listening out there, watch this, download it on all platforms. It's going to be available for you guys to watch. So definitely get it, subscribe, and all the rest of it. Mokhtar, man, thank you so much once again, brother.